Hello everyone, this is the next part of tutorial videos dedicated to animals system. In this video we're gonna make some changes and improvements to our eating food. First, we're gonna create an animation. We're gonna create a montage for a fox. I found this animation in Animal Variety Pack as where it is as death. Here is an animation of a death over fox. And here the first few frames of an animation are fine for eating for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this animation and call it fox eat from earth. And let's change it a little bit. Well, let's select an end frame of an animation. For example here, and I'm gonna remove every frame from 21 to 64, and that's an animation. Also, I wanna change a behavior of its bottom, I don't know an English equivalent, bottom part of a mouse. So I'm gonna add a curve, and I have to select a bone. Is it it? Yes. So it's gonna be Fox Q the Chival 1. So let's add a curve. Well, let's just add a key. Let's just add a key. Oh, it's not a curve. I'm sorry. So, oops. So when I want to change it, I want it to be close, start closing here. So let me rotate it and add a key here. How it's gonna look? It's gonna look badly. Okay, let's select the first frame. First frame is gonna be like this. Let's move it a little bit here. Here it's gonna look like this. Okay. And here I want it to be closed already. Let's close it and add a key. And that's how an animation will look like. Oh. And also let's change add a key here. That's fine. Okay, let's close it and create a montage. Right click on it, create any montage and call it AM Fox Eat from Earth. Save and save selected. Now back to behavior tree. Now we're just on BT task eat tame, we're just destroying a nectar that our fox eats. But what we're gonna do, we gonna play some montage here. I am not sure whether we should use this node that we've already created. I think yes. So let's open a Blackboard and add a new key. Let's call it, let's make it an object and call it eat from earth montage. And its type is gonna be anim montage. Save it. Now let's open bp animal parent and add such variable. We have interruption montage and let's add it from earth montage. And let's make it no, we're not gonna do that. We already have created an animal config, so let's change an animal config and make it in correct way. So let's open animals, and here is our s animal config, and it has an interruption montage. Let's add a new variable and let's call it eat from earth montage, and it's gonna be an anim montage. Save it, close it, and let's open our DT animals and change our fox parameters. It's eat from earth montage is gonna be am fox eat from earth. Save it and close it. Well, now back to behavior tree. Now we have to set this key from somewhere. We're gonna set it from our service, BT service animal behavior. Here on activation AI, we're setting parameters that are not changed, I think. But looks like an interruption montage is set it up from somewhere else. Well, it is set it up from somewhere else because it may change, I think. Now let's move it upward, and here we're gonna get an animal parent, or we already have a variable, just get it, get config, and let's break it. We're getting data table. Next, let's get data table row with such a row name, and break this row. Break animal config. Here we have a parameter for eat from earth montage, and we need to set it onto our Blackboard, so we need to know a Blackboard key. Let's create a new variable in our component and call it eat from earth montage key of type Blackboard key selector. Compile and save. Next, let's get this eat from earth montage key and set value as object. And an object is gonna be eat from earth montage. Compile and save. That's all for this service. We can close it now. Now let's go back here to our eating. And we can just copy this task called bt task play montage and place it here. But selected montage is gonna be eat from earth. Also, we should not forget to provide our service with a correct key. So here we have a new field, eat from earth montage key, and it tells us to change cell factor, but we're gonna change it from earth montage. Now let's copy it and paste it also in our interruption state. And that's it. So let's check when our play montage finished execution. Okay, that's fine. Well, now let's start. Let me rotate a little bit Fox. I don't know why question mark became that big. So now let's wait until it's hunger will drop down from 1 to some other value. I think that 10 seconds already passed. And let's drop a tomato. Here it is. Whoa, that's fine, but an animation is too fast. So let's change it a little bit. Let's make it a little bit slower. Let's open a Fox, animations, and this montage. And let's make its play rate from 1 to, let's decrease it from 1 to, for example, 1.35 maybe. Or even 0.3. Okay, I think that's fine. Now, what should we do? I want to display some hearts that are going from ahead of Fox when he when it eats our food. So we will have to make some particle system. So let's open in animals, and I have found in Google such an opacity mask for a heart. I just Google opacity mask or heart opacity mask or something like this. Let's create a new folder and call it Niagara. I'm gonna move this heart opacity mask here. And first let's create a material for our heart. New material, M heart. Also let's open this texture and we should mark it as where it is here. On compression settings we should mark this as grayscale texture so that Unreal will work with it correctly. I think that's all we should do here. Okay, now let's open our M heart, move it here, and what it's gonna be. Okay, it's not gonna be in a opaque mask, an opaque texture. It's gonna be a translucent texture. Shading model, I think defaultly it is fine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our heart opacity mask and put it here. And let's watch it on the plane. Here is how our heart will look like. Also, let's make a material to side it. Let's select material attributes and make it two-sided. That's it. Now we want to be able to change a color. So let's make a constant 3 vector and for example like this, but I don't like it. Why it is so pinky? Okay, maybe. Well, also I don't know how it will look like, but what if I will add an emissive color also? For example, blue one. Well, not bad, by the way. So let's decrease an opacity of a whole heart here. So now we have a white. Let's start previewing node. We have a white texture here, but we want it to be a little bit smaller. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna maybe multiply. Let's multiply it by 0.8 and preview it and plug it into opacity. Let's check how it will look like. Now our heart is more translucent. So that's it for now. Let's create a new Niagara system. Right click here, Niagara system. And we're gonna create a new system from selected emitter. And let's select, I don't know, maybe burst or fountain. I think fountain is fine for us. Click plus and finish. And call it ns hertz. Let's save a project and save every file we've created. Let's open this Niagara system. Here is how it looks like. Let's select sprite renderer, and here we have the full sprite material. And let's select a heart. Here is our hearts. But I don't want them to drop down. I just want them to go up. So let's disable gravity force. Run it again, and now they go upwards. Also, they have a different rotation, but I want them to be oriented. I don't want them to be rotated that much. So let's go to initialize particle, and I think that it's set it somewhere here. Size, mesh, or maybe it's I think that it's maybe a drag force. No, not emitter state, shape location, distribution, rotation mode. What if I will select none? No, it will not do anything. So they also initialized in a sphere. Let's search for maybe in sprite renderer alignment. Let's make them unaligned. And it doesn't help us. Facing mode. Let's make them face camera always, so that they will look like this whenever we look from. And why do they? Okay, we don't need also a scale color. We have to use solve forces and velocity for this adding a velocity. Add velocity in cone. So sphere distribution. If I will disable it. No. Why they are rotated? Position, color, lifetime, size. Oh, here we have sprite rotation mode and it is set to random. Let's make it unset. Now every heart is rotated correctly and they all are facing us. But for test, let's just add it here. And as you can see, that's too big fountain for our small fox. They should have less speed and okay, let me move it upward and place it above fox head like this. And now let's make some changes. So add velocity in cone. I'm not sure that we should add velocity in cone, so let's disable it and type here just add velocity linear. We're gonna add velocity on z-axis. Let's start. That's how it's gonna look like. Also, an amount of particles is too big, so on spawn rate I'm gonna decrease it from 90 to 20. And velocity by z 50 is too much. Let's make it 15 and let's start. That's it. Well, still too much particles. Spawn rate from 20 to 5, 4, 2, oh maybe 3. Let's check how it looks like on Fox. Well, we should increase the distribution of these hearts, I think. So now they are located in a sphere of radius 8 and we're gonna increase the radius from 8 to 12 or 13, 15. 15 is fine. And in its initialized particle, we have a scaling over hertz from 6 to 12. Let's make it from 4 to 10. And I think that's good. Well, I also want to add a random color variation as in Valheim. But to be honest, I'm not sure how this should be called. Let's select a parameter and call it color. Okay, color. Well, well. Material user parameter bindings. Okay, let's open this heart. And I don't think that emissive do something here that is really visible. So let's make this color, base color a parameter and call it color. Well, hope this will be enough. Let's open hearts and let's open initialize particle. No, it doesn't do anything. Well, let's create a new Niagara system to check how it should be done. To be honest, I didn't work with Niagara for a long time. Let's open a default sprite material. Okay, emissive color, particle color, input data. Okay, let's open our, let's just copy it from here. Open mheart, paste it here, delete it from here, and it goes into RGB channel. Save. And NS hearts. Now our color can be changed from this. So we can change the color of a heart. And I want to make it in a random range. For example, like from this to this, for example, how it will look like. Well, I think that it looks fine. Maybe less green, but that's already on your choice how to do that. And I don't like the way they disappear. So on particle spawn or on particle update, I'm gonna add scale sprite size. And well, it is scaled from 0 to some value. And then I wanted, oh, okay, it is scaled from 0 to 1. And then I wanted to scale from 1 to 0 again. So let's add a new key here and move it just downward to, let's say, 0. But their lifetime is, okay, 2 seconds. And what is their lifetime? 2 seconds. So what do you mean? Scaling not working? 2 seconds. It should be 0. 1 to 0. And it's not working. Interesting. Scale mode default 111. Oh yeah, their lifetime is between 1.4 to 1.75. So we should move it a little bit here and we should move it to 1.5, for example. And that's how it looks like. Now let's see. I think that's fine. Okay, now we should delete this debug Niagara system that we've created to find out how to bind the color, because I forgot it. And I freezed. I hope that I will not crash. Okay. Nothing cannot be selected. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, finally I've unfreezed. Let's close this. We also don't need the material and Niagara system. And a Niagara system, and we should delete this new Niagara system. Now save everything. And let's open BP animal parent. Let's open our BP animal parent, where it is, here it is. And we should add a position for this Niagara system. We should add some location. Or maybe we should attach it into socket, by the way. No. Okay, let's add a Niagara particle system component. And let's call it hearts system. Let's select hearts here. Save, compile, disable auto activate, because we're gonna activate it manually. And let's open the Fox, for example, and select this heart system and navigate it where it is needed. For example, here. Well, let's open BT animal base. Let's open our behavior tree, and we should decide where we should do it. Maybe we should do it on play montage or on it tame, before it tame or after it tame. I think that on it tame. So before finishing execute, we're gonna get our control pawn. We already cast to animal parent, and we're gonna get hearts system and call activate with I don't think that we should reset it. We should activate it, and then let's add a delay of, for example, for 2 seconds. Let's make it after finish execute for 2 seconds, and we're gonna deactivate this Niagara system. That's all. Now let's start a project. I'm gonna add a tomato into my inventory, and let's drop a tomato, few tomatoes to our fox. Also, I forgot to delete this Niagara system that I've added onto the level. Let's wait. Okay, it has hearts. They are not visible too much, so I think that we should increase the scale, but it works. Well, we can tell that it works, but we didn't see if it stopped working after a delay. So let's open NS hearts, and we have scale sprite size. Let's make it for not to 1, but maybe to 2 and 3, something like this. I'm not sure if something after finish execute is working. Well, I've just decided to run, and Fox was scared. Okay, it saw us. Let's remove this Niagara system, by the way. And let's rotate Fox to watch this side and play, so that it will not be... Okay, it's scared again. Did it rotate to us? Let's play again. How does it see us? I don't understand. Why is it in interruption state, by the way? Okay, let's play from here, for example. Add a tomato. Okay, that was something strange. Now it doesn't see us if we're going from a back. Okay, my drop item from inventory is not working. Okay, now it worked. Now fox is eating. Hearts appears above its head. And they don't disappear. Well, that means that this is not called after finish execute. So we should add it before. Like this. Compile, save, and now everything should work. I don't know how does it see me. Okay, now it has rotated. Oh. Now I can run because it cannot see me, and let's add tomato. And drop it here. Well, they didn't disappear anyway. Why? Doesn't... I should not use deactivate, by the way, or what? Stop, reset, Niagara. I don't remember how to deactivate it. Clear emitter. Okay, maybe we should deactivate it, then we should destroy, but not a component. Set auto destroy. Okay, then we should plug it after finish execute. If it doesn't affect, as we could see. Of course, we could just hide it, but hiding it is not a solution, I think. Okay, let's watch. Well, I don't know. I'll pause the video and find out why this happens. Okay, here's what I found. We don't need to add a delay or auto-activate, deactivate something. Well, we should set reset here. And on NS Hertz, on emitter state, let's set a loop behavior from infinite to once. It will make just one loop for us and then it will complete working. So that's how it's gonna work. Where is the fox? I hope it didn't see us. Okay, now let's drop a tomato to it. Now as you see, hearts appeared above his head and it ran away. Next, let's move toward our fox and wait until it stops and decide to eat again. I don't know why we have broken something. I think that it is able to see us on an interruption again. I think that the thing is working incorrectly that we have set, so it runs away again and again. It goes into an interruption state again and again. Why this happens? Okay, I don't know yet. Maybe we'll fix it in the next video when I will find out what is the problem. So, thanks for watching. Hope it will help someone.